Who else? Right, well, let's get down to business. You'll not have made an appointment, of course.
Since when did a gentleman have to make an appointment with you?
Gentleman?
Old lady?
Oh, Leary. Aye, Leary from the Western Bogs. You're living over at Minier's place. Minier's. Aye, good solid stock. But strange.
Strange?
Aye, strange. Their choice of tenant.
Look, I have no need to waste words with you. My father and his father before him owned this country before the likes of you or the Miniers came crawling out from under the rocks.
I like your moral tone. It suits well with the old Gaelic aristocracy, isn't that what you call it?
It had one virtue at least.
Huh?
It prevents me from slapping your face.
Aye, now that's interesting. That really is very interesting. Of course, you do realize I couldn't accept your challenge. You see, the law, which we all obey, don't we, takes a very dim view of duels between ourselves and natives.
Jesus!
Get off your bloody hands!
Hey, stop! Stop, you bloody fool!
This man to flow out me with the heart.
Nephew, buckle.
أخي مش قاري مش دو تشات صح ما داري في الدراما إيش تكلم في تلاقي
Quite intolerable.
Doesn't he know his position in law?
He simply can't carry on like this sort of half gentleman, half ruffian.
ولا مش هذا نيجي بشخر به
He's simply got to be taught his place.
Perhaps he's just as retired as the rest of the Irish.
Hey Eileen قال لي إيش تشو Arthur O'Leary, a fellow most notoriously infamous. ياونا هو تشن قداس كل ما قال رصد عشان الريو أخي did make an attempt in my life, wounded one of my servants. هاني تشن fear. هاني كبرتك موية لقوني أخي شليس قل لي إيش تشو A reward of 20 guineas for information leading to his apprehension. Well, fwyed het asje kan wacherum. Ach, mes toen nog veel niet smoona 20 guineas me.
Toch gewoon een magische machaart. Niet meer te wegkoeren.
Een tjoe missionair de rob.
The young pup. He has the effrontery to put a notice in the newspaper denying the assault and contradicting me, the High Sheriff. I'll have him shot. On second thoughts, a better way. We'll do it legally. Hey, you. Where did he get that horse of his?
I believe, sir, he brought the mare home from the continent. Said to be very attached to her, so he is.
Attached to it, is he? Isn't there an old law in the statute book forbidding natives to own a horse above a certain quality?
That hasn't been invoked for years, sir.
Aye. What's the good of a law that's never invoked?
Nish a chwaide, card a had clabbedacht.
Smama jafta.
Jackal hole er a gertrin, Jern.
Stakre a walla chardebi. Ila haro so doche.
Ni ven chok inche sin.
Ken choi. Aberlet. Nish hon cardi wan. Cliff a wan am a chalach she.
Na backlash, horrible.
Aber ma hawak. No kedos clabbed could ya share dowlet ha dead.
Rossi walk room. Ross on the corner.
Ara bech dawlad. Smat has an old kedig le dert to go to stechs rasischen.
Could me galad nach ritún Ross in Le Maris?
Mush a detar agarud. Agus ni hwang garime. Grume frashne.
When you want him to be the vroga, I'm willing in sheriff Sarasa.
You want what shit, them roga dinne bin, na dinne belle. Dar heish rasischen a ruchtal.
What, Hagama, Pichter Auhena.
Ach, is fear de shaha. Niet ma halo so doetje. Doe dat dansen. Hel! Fuck me park. Weet nog als je park.
Oh, look at you! Look at you!
Now, obviously, we can only simulate the race. So I want you all to be sticking your heads out of the window there and giving a running commentary as it goes on. There's one very important thing. Forget the tradition that O'Leary won the race. It's only a myth and it's highly unlikely, and we all know how unreliable the folk memory can be. Now, as you'll see in your scripts, we have you cheering for O'Leary, but as Morris starts to win, this turns at the end to groans. Right, get to it. Come along now, come along. The horses are under starter's orders and intense excitement in both paddock and grandstand. Right there, off! Morris wins! Read your scripts! Damn you all, can't you read? Morris must win, I say! Stop! Well, O'Leary, there's no stopping you, is there?
Well, it's
a good mare. I'll buy it off you. All right, you all bear witness. Any horse that can beat mine is worth at least £5. Here you are. I'll take it now. Seize his horse!
Afraid to take him yourself?
I'll show you whether I'm frightened of a little whippersnapper like you. Good.
Arthur O'Leary, I have a warrant for your arrest.
Big warrant at the Western!
Beisid y reis y chrwy.
Come along. Mas trydio ta waha. Iachi siada. Ynys dyrach!
Ach, dy posti. Gael to ymwyd.
I rymys es ein at y rio.
Y laid, yta cynnyl yn melach waha.
Ach, ni'r ciel o fylish ro dylig. Cap o gwydiwrn che sos ma chapel.
Beidir gydag yn tŵnish, cef fagwel ma wyntir cha cwrmach si.
Ha, Clyde. Chala waka fatacub.
Oed ei her saler fe pisa. Beidir gynnyl di stermadir.
Sure. Beidir gyda'n ymwneud ys fawr. Ach, ni hyn ar rog o ffatis am rwmpo. Siasa mysio cala!
Up to this, Arthur O'Leary's traditional social status had protected him from the oppression that his fellow countrymen had long suffered. But now he realized that as long as such colonial laws were left on the books, he was as much a slave to them as everybody else.
The law does not suppose any such person to exist as a native Irishman. The Irish who will not conform are forbidden to purchase land or tenement, to take mortgages for security of money, to have a lease for more than 31 years. They shall be neither divines, physicians, or soldiers. They shall possess no horse worth more than 5 pounds.
He's lucky to get away with his skin. We're well rid of him.
It's his poor wife I'm sorry for. Her family cut her off completely.
Serves her right.
I say, did you hear O'Leary is back?
No, how interesting. Perhaps he'll liven up the place.
I don't believe it'll be quite that amusing.
An outlaw with the price on his head. It was worse than exile, and something had to be done. But Arthur O'Leary couldn't imagine joining with a local resistance group like the Ribbon Men or White Boys. For Arth, there was only one solution: get rid of Morris.
Mográ húgus ma haineh, nar gásin machan gata dilis hanais go tapu. Do fógus do ish lenah. Do fógus mi sér bar a baise, dúris. A Eileen aidet hesse, go leimnach is go tapu, gus crudag nóch an taiske. Tám séag fágal an waile, is ní móide go dioga gasan, nir yennas diad chaintach maga.
Now he's on his way, and this is where the matter will be settled. Now I want you all to be perfectly clear which side you're on. Common sense or emotion. I mean, we all know the terrible results of romanticizing history. You know as well as I do that if Irish history had been taught properly, the North would never have happened.
What's the point in probing old sores?
I mean, it's obviously quite ridiculous what this character's trying to do, taking on single-handed the whole of the British Empire.
Well, none of us is completely free to do as we like. We must have law and order. I mean, supposing everyone took the law into their own hands.
Most right-thinking Irish men and women would condemn this senseless act of violence.
I'm worried about the young people. What kind of example is this to give them?
Simply tell him to have sense.
Why can't we forget the past and live in peace and harmony and justice, etc.? You know what I mean, that sort of thing.